So with all the connections that we do in critical alignment, okay, we take it from that relaxation phase, we get it into movement where we're consciously moving slowly, noticing where those weak spots are, noticing where we might be gripping, using our breath to start building that nice flowing movement pattern. That's where that movement that we do goes into strength and coordination, okay? We can't just relax all the time. We need to rebuild that or just build on it to build that strength and coordination into the body. So one thing that I like to do is crawling, okay? So when we crawl, we're working against gravity. We're building that connection of the hands into the arms into the shoulders, that awareness of your thoracic spine, your neck, that connection into the hips, the balance contralaterally through the body, as well as just the movement from the legs into the hips, into the lumbar spine, everything else that happens with that. It's a great movement snack to do throughout the day because really if you have 30 seconds to crawl around hand-foot positioning, which we get into in the natural movement class, different ways of crawling, but the hand-foot crawl is a great way to get that movement snack in your day. Great for your spine, great for building that strength in your hands, that stability up to the shoulders, and doing a little bit of extra work within a short period of time. So what we do is move into a quadruped position. So we've got our hands and knees on the ground. Now, when I talk about a contralateral position, that's a right hand, left knee connection or a left hand, right knee connection. Because if you take this into a quadruped position and you try and lift your right hand, right knee at the same time, you'll find it's not easy. Okay, you can balance, but it's not the easiest way to balance. Whereas if I lift my right arm and left knee, I'm in a really stable position. Okay, now what you can do to work on it, because sometimes the contralateral aspect is a bit of a mental challenge. Last time you crawled, we were probably about this big. Okay, so now that you're a little bit bigger and you overthink things a little, what we want to do is kind of start, if you want, on your hands and knees. So we do want one hand, one leg to go at the same time. There is a pattern when you get tired that you can do one hand, one knee, one hand, one knee. Okay, but I want you to try and do two limbs at the same time. Okay, so this is a hand-knee crawl. But what I want you to get into is a hand-foot crawl. So if you're here in this quadruped position, you tuck your toes under and you lift your knees an inch off the ground. Not a bear crawl way up here. I want you to stay low. Now from here, you may find it a little hard to do the two limbs at the same time. Work up to it. But here, you've got right hand, left knee, left hand, right knee, and you walk this way. You can walk backwards, and depending on your space, you can walk around in a circle, okay? You can walk around in another circle, but you can move around. Now, it's a great movement snack because as you can tell, especially because I'm talking and doing it at the same time, it's work, okay? When I was teaching at a movement center in Calgary, we were doing fitness assessments. One of the gold standards was to be able to do a hand-foot crawl for 2 full minutes with proper technique. So set your timer for a minute, even 30 seconds, and try and do that crawl just as an extra bonus of your day, okay? It gives you some work, it gets the contralateral patterning working, builds strength in your legs, builds that stability with your arms and your hands, especially if you're sitting at a computer a lot, okay? We want that movement to happen into the arms and hands, and see how it goes. It's a lot of fun, and your brain sometimes gets challenged too, so watch that if you are crawling, that you don't end up crawling this way, okay? That's that unilateral crawl. It's possible, but contralateral patterning, way nicer, way more stable. Play with it. Send me a video if you want. Otherwise, again, any questions, feel free to ask.